do this because we're genuinely, sincerely fear the Heavenly Father. And we're all about this truth. All right, we're not doing this to please ourselves and to please you guys out there, man. We're not out there for that. All right, because when it's all said and done, a lot of you Israelites are gonna die anyway. All right, a lot of you are gonna be put to death, and including these leaders of you guys that's not following up with what we're saying. Okay, a lot of you are gonna meet the dirt, and y'all gonna be taking dirt naps, man.
That's right.
Go on, man.
Romans 16.
Oh, it's Romans 16.
Romans 16 and 17. It says, now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions. That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Yeah.
Mark them which cause divisions and offences contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them.
Exactly. So that's why we get on these other camps, because of what Paul said here, which Paul was a man of the Lord. So what was Paul doing? Paul did the same. That's why he was cursing all of these churches out, trying to get these churches right. Paul didn't just agree with the churches because they were Israelites. No. He went inside the churches to get them situated, man. So it's the same thing with us.
Right.
It's the same thing with us. We're getting you churches situated. You see, y'all don't want to take heed and listen because you're too prideful.
The thing is, you should want to get to the bottom of the truth, man. You shouldn't want to be watching someone's video and telling you one thing, and then you're watching someone else's video and they're telling you another thing, and then you're sitting there confused because you're getting all these different doctrines. What sort of idiot would want that?
Yeah, we're the Israelites, brother.
That's why when we come into this truth, man, a lot of these brothers out here, I always say this, we're watching different types of teachers, man.
Yep.
But the Lord pushes you, if the Spirit's on you, He pushes you in the
You're
right
an Israelite
direction.
yourself as well.
It pushes you in the right direction to get the proper knowledge, man.
Yep.
So you're only going to get it from one particular teacher.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. And that one teacher is beginning with the apostle and all of the other apostles on down. That's what it is. They got the truth. We got the truth from them. And we're not bragging or boasting either, because at the end of the day, it's through the Holy Spirit why we have the truth in the first place. So we're not going to big up ourselves and try to act like we got this by ourselves, like a lot of you guys. All right, dude. And I'm talking about all of these camps out there. Now I'll say this. Now, you know, I don't have I don't personally hate these camps at all. You know, I like what these camps are doing, because these camps are doing the work. What's happening is they're bringing awareness to the idea. They're invoking the idea, which is the truth, that the so-called black man, the so-called Latino man, the American man are indeed the Israelites. So that's a beautiful thing. But what's nasty is that you guys are not following the scriptures to the T. That's the nasty part of it. Anyway, brother.
Let me just finish it. In verse 18 it says, for they that are such serve not our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, but their own belly.
That's the point.
And by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the people.
Right, and what is it? The fair speech is deceiving the heart of the people, and that they serve their own belly. So you got a group of guys out there that are serving their own belly, and you got another group of guys that are doing this to please other men, to entertain men, so they can get their likes and they can get the accolades. And that's why they're so gimmickal with their videos, because they're simply doing it for that, rather than doing it for the real cause.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 12. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is of the Most High.
Right, because the spirit is the world is Babylon, which we're in Babylon. We're in the world of what you call Babylon, right? So why would we then come into the truth and bring Babylonianism all over again? Now that means that a lot of you guys have not learned the scriptures. A lot of you guys have not even really been born again, because you still got that niggard mentality. Okay, go on, bro. But you just want to stand out above everybody else. Really, the ultimate man that's going to stand above everybody else is Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
All right, that's the bottom line. Go on, bro.
And it says that we might know the things that are freely given to us of the Most High, which things also we speak, not in the world, which man's wisdom teacheth,
Yep.
but which the Holy Spirit teacheth.
Right.
Comparing spiritual things with spiritual.
Right, comparing spiritual things to spiritual, man. But going back to the precept that the brother was reading, it says that we ought to be aware of what was freely given unto us. Matter of fact, read it again, brother.
And it says, 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 12, now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is of the Most High,
Right.
that we might know the things that are freely given to us.
Right, that we might know the things that are freely given unto us. You
Of
see
the
that?
Most High.
So what is the things that were freely given unto us? The word of the Lord, the teachings. And now we're teachers now. And all you other guys really became Israelites because you watch your videos. You've been watching the videos, right? And if you really want to go deeper, let's take it a notch deeper. Because really, when you check it out, like the apostles speak about what happened in One West and how certain men, they didn't endure, in terms of teaching the truth. But the apostles, they've been teaching pretty much even when guys fell out. All right, and they were still teaching even in 2007. And in that particular year, they was pretty much pushing loads of videos, man. Videos on top of videos. And I remember those days because, back in those times, man, like the apostles, they would push out like 40 parts, man. All right, they'll be out there for like, about 4 or 5 hours or so, however long they were out there. And I mean, there were countless of videos you can watch to get this truth. So the only camp at the time, which I believe at the time, they were known as Great Millstone at the time. They were known as something else. I believe they called Great Millstone. Okay, the members of Great Millstones, beginning with the apostles. All right? So a lot of you guys don't want to accept that because your egos are too freaking big, man. All right? Yeah, what are you saying, bro?
I was going to say that when you look at it, from the time the apostles were kicked out of the old school, since then, in today's world of Israel, everything in the world of Israel revolves around the apostles.
It does.
As Great Millstone. Every camp has something to say or something new or something to go against. And in the likes of like Volcat Malone and all those guys,
Yeah.
it all revolves around the apostles, man.
Yeah.
Because what did Yahushua say? The chief cornerstone, which the builder rejected, has become the centerpiece.
Right.
And that's really Yahushua. And the spirit of Yahushua is dealing with the apostles, man.
Yeah.
So they're that chief cornerstone or the great millstone is
Likened unto, yeah.
is likened unto that chief cornerstone,
Yeah.
meaning that the whole building or the whole Israel thing really revolves around the truth that they teach, man.
Yeah.
Because you never see Zabak talking about General Yohanan. You never see Zabak talking about Nate.
The apostles.
Yeah,
You don't see Salakia, bro. You don't see vocab going up to their camps either.
So that's really exactly. So I mean, as far as it goes down, no matter how you mince it, no matter how you slice and dice it and mix up the meat, at the end of the day, the reason why you have all of these other camps is because simply it wasn't because Great Millstone was the only camp doing the work while everybody fell out. It was simply because the apostles was pretty much bringing all kind of videos to the forefront, and then that's why all these other camps came up out of the midst of nowhere. But these guys want to act like they got it by themselves, and they can now teach what they want to teach and that kind of sort of thing. No, it don't work like that, man. So if you've been taught under somebody, and that somebody has it correct, you got to follow up what they say to the 10th power, man. All right, that's what you have to do. But really, if they got it correct, like I said, you got to follow them. I'm not just gonna say what they're saying, but if it's correct what they're saying, you have to follow that which is correct. You have to put the egos and pride aside, put that to the back burner, and then follow this correctly. Okay? Go on, bro.
This is Colossians 2, and I start at 4. It says, "And this I say, lest any man should beguile you with enticing words.
Right.
For though I be absent in the flesh, yet I am with you in spirit, joying and beholding your order
Yeah.
and the steadfastness of your faith in Mashiach."
That's
Yeah.
right.
and enjoying but holding in your order. You see that? Enjoy but holding in your order. So you're supposed to be enjoy but holding in your order. So if you're disorderly, right, you're not rejoicing in no order. You're just doing what you want to do. Mangling the scriptures, pretty much jumping the gun, not explaining it properly, getting people confused. No, man, that's not what we out here to be doing, man.
If I could just say as well, because that brother that went up to the Washington camp, man, he embarrassed the HOI, man.
Of course he did.
If that was a brother from GMS that did that, man, he should be kicked out.
Well, he wouldn't recognize it as
He couldn't even
GMS.
handle this, man. He couldn't even handle this, man.
Yeah.
He went up there like it's like he went to a gunfight and he left his gun at home. You see what I'm saying?
Basically, yeah.
Basically, that's how it was. He had nothing. Let me
Yeah, what
finish.
he did was this. he brought a knife to a gunfight, man.
That's what I was getting to. And that's what a lot of these, I've seen a lot of RUIC guys try to do that, man. And they're not prepared for it. They're just doing it because they think it's something everyone should come against Great Millstone.
Right,
if they just bothered to listen to what Great Millstone was pushing and drop the pride, man, then there would be a unity.
Exactly.
I mean, there is, like the brother said, there is a unity. There's a GMS unity.
Yeah.
But these other camps are out there and they're doing the work, man, but they're not doing it on 100%.
And you know what too, and I'm gonna do it. I don't think you and I'm gonna do a sit down. That's another sit down right there. GMS exemplifies the unity camp. I'm gonna as soon as I get done doing this work and I get back to the crib, I'm gonna be doing that sit down right there. That's a sit down right there. You know, because it's true, man. Like I could go anywhere on this globe and find a GMS camp. And I find them speaking the same things that I was taught, that I teach myself. All right, not just a GMS camp nearby, but a GMS camp outside of the world. Okay, like for example, you got brothers that come from America, and they'll chop it up with brothers down here in London, England, to the point where brothers will let a brother speak because we already know what he's going to be speaking about based on what was taught of him, okay?
You
And
know,
that's the thing.
it's not like no one's saying GMS is perfect. There's a process, man. Some brothers were teaching about confusion of faith in the wrong spectrum, man. I myself was guilty of that as well. But what happens is there's an order, man, and it comes down from the apostles, man, and it gets taught correctly.
Yep.
So brothers will, go back and repent on that lesson and teach it in a proper way.
Yeah.
Because there's